Good evening, beautiful people. This is me once again. Thanks a lot for clicking. I'm with I'm back with a new video. So, I know that I have not been posting for a long time. Yeah, I have been uploading a few shorts, but not any long videos. So in today's video, I thought we will have a chat. We will have a chat pat, or I'll just tell you about some random things. A few of you really know who I am, but there would be still so many people among the 200 of my subscribers. There would be still so many people who really don't know who I am. Anyway, you know that I'm a female from Kerala, and today I'm going to discuss about a peculiar aspect of my personality. That is, I'm an animal lover. And I love animals. I love animals so much. Though I'm not a vegetarian. Of course, I'm not a vegetarian. I eat meat. I eat fish, but I'm an animal lover. I know it's weird. I know, but still, I tried to be a vegetarian so many times, but I failed miserably. For almost 4 years, I was a fisharian. Still, then I came back. Then I started eating meat. So, yeah, but still, I'm an animal lover and I love dogs and cats so much. Today I'm going to tell you about a dog I owned in my early teens. In my early teens, I had a German Shepherd dog, and in those days the German Shepherd breeds were the German Shepherd breed was the only exotic breed available in my state in Kerala in those days. I think people didn't know what a Labrador breed is, or people didn't know. I think Doberman breeds were there at that time, but no other breeds were there. And I personally, I was not a dog lover at that time. I loved cats. But there used to be an golden retriever in my parents' home, and it was, I think, in the mid 90s or in the late 90s, my dad brought uh, a German Shepherd puppy to my home, and at that time we had just relocated from abroad. I spent most of my childhood in Middle East, and we had relocated back to Kerala, and yeah, in our house in Thrissur. And my father, he bought a puppy. He bought a German Shepherd puppy. Now, talking about this puppy was extremely intelligent and affectionate puppy. As I told you before, till then I hated dogs. I thought dogs are annoying. I thought dogs smelled bad. I thought dogs are dangerous. I was scared of dogs. I hated dogs. But this puppy, and when he brought this puppy, I was not very happy about it. I told him, why do we need a puppy? That too, a huge puppy. I think she was about 6 or 7 months old, and she was big. So, yeah, but to my surprise, this puppy started waking me up early in the morning. She would come to me, she would wake me up, and she was extremely intelligent. I have never seen an affectionate creature in my life till then. So, there was times when my mom, she used to bully me. I would sit there and cry, and this puppy would come to me. She would lick my face as if she's trying to reassure me. This is something I never expected from a dog. And that made me a dog lover, and she became a part of my life. And I was like, oh my God, my life would have been so bad if she was not there in my life. So I think she was there with us just for 3 or 4 months. She was she was very affectionate, and we were so proud of her. But there were we lived in an independent house in those days, and we still have that home. We rarely go there in the village in Thrissur. So what happened was, we had so many mango trees in our yard. So many kids, they used to open our gate, enter our yard. Yeah, I know that this is trespassing, but in the villages nobody really cared. They would come, and they would come to pick the mangoes, and we were okay with that. But after she came to our house, this puppy, she started chasing the kids. One day, all the kids were in the yard trying to pick the mangoes, and they would just come. They would enter our yard, telling that they were playing the cricket and their ball is somewhere in our yard, and they want to pick it up. But we all knew that they were actually coming to pick up the mangoes, and we were okay with that. After all, they were our neighbors' kids, and we were not. We weren't unhappy about that, or we weren't angry with them for that. So one day they entered our yard with the same excuse that they are looking for their ball. They were playing cricket on the road, and then they were looking for the ball. This time she was in a bad mood. This dog, she was in a bad mood. She chased all of them, and all these kids, they were so scared, especially this huge dog chasing them. They all ran for life. And then their parents came to us. They started shouting us, why did you let loose the dog? And the dog attacked our kids. What kind of what justifications should they give? Why did the kids enter our yard? It was their mistake, not our mistake. But days went by. Then I noticed that this dog had some problem in walking. She couldn't get up. She could get up, but it takes a long time for her to get up from one place. Something was really wrong with this dog. So I informed my mom, and we both took her to the veterinary. In those days, veterinary doctors were not there. Were there, but they were not so many. There were very few veterinary doctors in our village at that time. It was not a village, but it was a town still. There were so very few. It was in the 90s, and we couldn't, even the dog food was not available. We used to give her rice with cooked beef. Okay, so we took her to the vet, and the vet told that something is wrong with her spine. Her spine is fractured, and a surgery has to be done. And yes, we did the surgery, but things were not okay. Things were getting worse. She had so many medicines, she had so many ointments, but things were getting worse. Then on April 14, 19, I think it was in 2000. I don't remember. I don't exactly remember the year. I don't want to remember the year. She died. She left us. She crossed the Rainbow Bridge. This was the worst experience in my life. As a teenager, this incident made me devastated. I started hating that home. I started hating that place. I started hating the neighbors, and we all knew that she was beaten by one of the neighbors, probably at night. She used to be an indoor dog till she started shedding heavily. And it became very hard to deal with her hair everywhere. So we had to keep her outside at night. But yeah, she was. We had a fenced yard, and she couldn't go out. So yeah, she was. That's what we believed. We believed that she's safe outside, and this happened. Yeah, so she left us. She was there with us just for 4 or 5 months, but she left. After she left us, I realized that I'm totally devastated. I became sick, I became depressed. Nothing could be done, and I had to consult a doctor, and the doctor told me, he told so many positive things to me. He told me that he told me about a pet cat he had in his childhood, and how the cat was murdered. I don't know if it was a real story or if it was a cooked up story. Ever since I became an animal lover, I love all animals, and I became a dog lover, and I wanted to do something for all the street dogs. I want to do something for the street dogs, though I don't know what to do. I feed so many street dogs, and in 2018, I was working in a place close to Ernakulam city, and there was a stray dog, a black and white stray dog. I used to feed regularly. I fed him regularly. I would be carrying dog food, and I would be carrying the water for him every morning, and I would feed this dog. But I was so sad after I stopped working. I became very sad because I could no longer see him. I don't think I am a big dog lover like many of the YouTubers like Pet Engineer and all. These are the YouTube channels that I regularly watch. But I am a dog lover, I am an animal lover, and yeah. Um, Now, coming back to my story, ever since I buried the dog, after she died, after this German Shepherd dog died, we buried her in our yard, and we planted flowers, and those flowers are still there. Next time when I go to my house in the village, I would show you. I don't know when I would be going there. Most probably I would go there next month, and I could show you the place where she was buried. So that's my story, guys. Stay tuned for my next story. I will be back with some stories soon, some other stories soon. Thanks for watching. Take care.